Tanıştığımsa çok memnun oldum. Ben Wackaflcka, and today we're gonna cover something very funny. Okay, so first we're gonna do something here. While I was in this game, I was scrolling Twitter a bit, looking at my support, and I came across this funny post where Rangers claimed someone, said he's a free agent, whatever. I can understand why no team wants you, and this guy comments on LC players, blah blah blah. Why would you tweet this and like at people, like whatever? And it's like, what's your point? Why are you defending this? Are you defending the actions or just running it down? And he's like, you're just trying to get attention and stop lying. Everyone knows there are a lot of LSC players who sometimes get angry and behave like this, right? And what we're gonna do is cover this guy today. And one thing I just want to say, okay? In League, there are multiple servers. You have the Turkish server, you have the European server, right? And I think when you come to a different region, you should show respect, right? And not give your nationality or whatever like a bad reputation. And generally speaking, Turkish people have like an incredible ego. Like that's the reputation, like where they're just completely delusional. Like that's just like the general like thing of like how people think of Turkish people based on like the interactions they have with people in League of Legends. Like I've been to Turkey a couple of times, and I have I have a few Turkish friends, right? But like people like this and SOLOQ and shit, like you're just giving a bad rep, right? Like you need to just behave better. And another thing, you're all like, there's also like this general like concept of being like prideful or whatever, but like you're kind of giving that away here. And we're gonna watch that now. So obviously we've covered the hypocrisy, and then we'll look into the game, right? And who we're covering today is the LPL support, right? How, like, I feel like you need to be like a bit ashamed of your region or your nationality or something if you're in cause of this. Like, are you not proud? Like, I understand the LPL is like 100x, like 1000x Turkey region, right? Like, in general, like the Turkish league, like just factually speaking, irrelevant in comparison to LPL, right? Like, sure, there's a few Turkish talents, whatever, that pops up, but I doubt this guy's gonna ever amount to anything in League of Legends, and that's fine, right? Maybe he got $5 and could feed his family for a month, who knows, right? I hope the Turkish, like, situation with the economy and everything will sort out, but I hope that this is not the, like, what people are having to, resolve into doing to, like, earn a living or to, like, be able to feed their family or whatever, you know? But it is what it is. So what we're going to cover today is just this guy here. Again, the hypocrisy of him like flaming someone on Twitter, like flaming someone else, right? And like defending it, whatever. And he's playing Kalista support. I'm going to cover a couple of things here which like makes this interesting and actually like a lesson to be learned regarding Kalista and how certain abilities work. I feel like there's certain misconceptions by Miss Kalista like ADC as well with how W works. So we'll look at that now. So obviously this game starts out off well, like Kalista and Diego and stuff engage. I was chilling AFK. Doesn't really matter. I don't really like the early engages. I like to just play it safe and then just chill. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm just doing DK games. I don't have like the I just don't enjoy SOLOQ in Master Plus. Right? It's just boring. But doing my DK games, I can at least say that I'm above Masters because yeah, credibility next year. So yeah, this game starts off fine. They get another kill. Kalista blows flash, which they actually didn't know. I found that interesting, and they might explain more about C layer. And another thing we're gonna mention when it comes to like champions like this, when you're playing AD supports, whatever, like something you really want is to get AD, right? Because you're gonna abuse the Halo Blades. Like the difference of damage with a dagger and a longsword early game with Halo Blades, like with the 3 damage poke, whatever, like you're gonna have a lot better results with AD as opposed to this here. So why Kalista chose to do this here, I'm not sure. Maybe this is a different meta again in the Turkish region, I'm unsure. You'll have to let me know. Sorry, I'm obviously a bit tilted, so I'm gonna go at it, but like it is cringe. Like I don't understand why you can't just behave, okay? Like why do you come here and then act like this? Okay, it's cringe. You're bringing a bad rep to your otherwise okay country. Obviously, there are internal issues or whatnot, but the people are most of the time nice outside of League of Legends. I just don't understand the incredible ego that most of the people have when it comes to like in game. And just the general like delusional shit and fucking hypocrisy and everything, okay? But whatever. So obviously longsword here would have been better. If this guy had IQ above 2, that would be obviously be no problem. I can understand wanting the pink ward if you want to like push and like siege or whatever, have some vision so you can prevent ganks from happening. It is what it is. So now the first thing I'm going to cover here is level up timers, right? When the first wave in free melee dies, that's usually when you get level 2. And this is a concept that is now learned. Like previously it was maybe considered a high elo concept. I don't know how high you want to call it. But right now I would probably say like a gold player will know this guy's about to hit level 2. I better like back off. Right? But this Kalista does a bit different. They ought to, whatever. I don't even care. Budget compute mouse, $1 mouse, whatever. You can't expect the best results. But okay, so this is fine again, right? But then no using either. Whatever. Not to nitpick, I don't care. I'm fine with just chilling, getting some poke down. And then Kalista goes to the level 2 here, right? I said 2 melee or 3 melee on next wave, and here we can see that all 3 melee are up. Then Kalista decides to go in here, even though they're about to level up, or they did level up. And then they basically just run it down and die. I obviously went for it because it's better than that we at least commit, and I just sell them. Like, it's fine, like, okay, whatever, it's their decision, I'm going with it. And then they tilt from this, like, I could have flashed to the side here, but I don't think it would have resulted in the kill anyway, because of the shield and my HP is just low in general. Like, obviously, the flash was unfortunate. I could have maybe got my E off and it maybe would result in like a 2-for-1. But either way, like this play is just garbage. It's not to go for. Now they're tilted at me. But it's okay. They take the wave. Which is completely grief. Already at this point here. Like they did this. They into the lane and they're mad at me. Okay. This is just crazy to me. And then they take CS, shove the lane. And then they push past this. Don't get any vision, even though we haven't been able to establish that yet. They just run up here. And I'm level 2 at this point. Minions are coming. I see Echo here. And then they get mad that I'm not going in. Again. Right. So, like, I don't understand the problem here. Other than you, okay? I understand there's a frustrating situation to want to go pro in League of Legends, but not being able to be good enough. And also probably not having, like, the actual mental, like, attitude of, like, actual, like, people outside your own region to want to, like, deal with you, okay? And now we're going to cover the other interesting thing about Kalista. So when Kalista gets a W, she'll mark a target for whatever and then deal X amount of damage. And then what we're going to see here now is the interesting mechanic with this. When the cannon comes, I think. So when I hit this, Kalista gets it, right? Because she marked it. And although I think Kalista's support actually, like, it done in Champ Select, I was like, this is cringe. Like, I didn't really mind the idea of it. Like, I thought it could be fine. I obviously have played Twitch support quite a lot. So I was like, I'm not going to be a hypocrite here and like say it's not going to work and just tilt or whatever. As I've had like on support or whatever. So yeah, again, the problem, I can't really last it here because Kalista will just get the money. So at this point here, I just kind of like, okay, I don't want to play anymore. I'm bored, whatever. Like you just want to grief, you're angry. I'm fine with that. And then they just proceed to run it down. Die again. And this is because of their mistake. They did this. They didn't know how, when he get level 2, right? I don't know, maybe there's some handicap mode in Turkish server or something where you get level 2 from like killing the first wave, I'm not sure. But in Europe West, it's usually first wave and then 3 melee. Or I like some casters and melees combined, but generally speaking, like the concept is just like first wave 3 melee, because it's like that's the most common one because the melee are closer. So that's the easiest one to remember. And then they sell the support item. And at this point, I can't really do anything, as I've shown before. Like, there's no way I'm going to be able to out-CS a Kalista. So I'm like, okay, I don't care. I'll just go watch Netflix. But then I was like, I'll just go mid lane. And I'm griefing this game too. But like, I'm not playing this game anymore. I don't want to play it. I'm bored. And this is all because of the things that he's done. Like, I can't CS. And it, like, before this year, Viego asked if I was win trading. And I mean, you can be the judge of that. And Huawei said to me that, why don't I CS? And I mean, I would like to believe that, like, I mean, Rat has said this multiple times. Like, people in challenge or whatever, like, they aren't very good. And I have the IQ of it, and I'm aware of that. Like, I've played and beat and lost and whatever, like, against multiple people. And I'm aware that certain people would just lack certain understandings at times. And that's fine. So this guy's being included. He doesn't have Lolpros, so it is what it is. At least, like, look here, right? This Huawei much higher rated than the Kalista, but for some reason this guy here really felt this Kalista felt the need to be on Lolpros, and that's like another thing. Like, Lolpros is just a clout thing now. Like, no one really cares. Like, you'll see people when like Emerald be like, link your Lolpros. When like I could have registered for Lolpros since season 9 or like season 8, but like I just haven't cared. Right, but that's just another rant here. Like, people that care too much about Lolpros, like, I don't know, man. It's an old thing. Like, back in the days in World of Warcraft, there used to be like elite peers or something. Arena junkies, sorry. And you needed like certain achievement to like be able to write there, and like everyone would read it, but like almost no one could write because they weren't high enough rating. And I mean, obviously Lolpros is in the same direction, but Lolpros is trying to like push themselves into like this relative place of like literally adding pro players against their wall and other things, just like try and keep this side relevant. But in reality, at this point, I do think Lolpros is kind of like dead, other than just like the nice ability of like being able to see who people are and having their Twitter and shit like that. But yeah, I don't really feel the need to cover anything else here. I just wanted to cover the early game and then explain the Kalista W, where you can't actually CS, because in case like someone here might watch it, they'll be aware. And obviously Kalista E and everything's going to be able to execute minions a lot easier. So yeah. Aziz Gorkem. If you want, I'll gladly give you some RP so you can transfer to Turkey if you want. Like, I understand that you're struggling. I'm not sure if someone gave you like $5 or something to like, I don't know what the story here is, but if you want to transfer back to Turkey, like, I'll pay for it, bro. Okay, no problem. Okay. You clearly don't like seem to like fear here. Like, you're way more like what is it called? Primitive. You're a lot more of a primitive creature. Small brain. Okay. Ooga booga. So yeah, if you want to go back, it's fine. I'll pay for it. No problem. But you can't complain here when you're at fault, okay? And you can't also, I mean, you're like a child, bro. Okay. It's fine. And another thing is you have to be very careful with the hypocrisy. Okay. Because you've been caught in 4K right here. And I'll obviously see what I can do with that. But yeah. That's the end of this video. It's got a bit longer than I would have liked it to be. But at the end of the day, I feel like I've got to cover everything. To all the Turks that are normal and are nice, you know, seni seviyorum. And hope you guys can have a good one. But as for this Kalista, orospu çok ugly, bro. And yeah, shit like that. So yeah. How do you say bye in Turkish again? I don't know. But I do know how to say, wait, do I? Good night. İyi geceler. Or günaydın. Other than this, Kalista. Find something better to do, bro. Okay? Like, this was your fault. Okay? Be humble. Like, I get mad at grief. But when you grieve, you can't get mad. That's the rule, okay? You can't run it down and then get mad over people. Okay? You need to have that level of like insight into like and self-awareness, which you clearly lack. And that's again, like, I feel like a lot of people seem to think that that's like a underdeveloped skill in certain countries because it's just not like, it's not needed that much. And this is stereotypes, sure, but like it's just shown time and time again. So again, just do better, right? Don't be a pig. So I won't have to fucking spit on you next time, bro. But yeah, take care. Have a good one. Peace. And you're legit. You're such an animal, man. Primitive fucker, bro. Actual pig. But again, it's fine. Happens. And wish you the best in Turkey League. Look, Lolpros even on the front page here. Get everyone, man. Hi everyone, I'm a free agent. Yeah, I wonder why. Take care.